Hi, I'm Parastoo Khoshakhlagh. Welcome to The Dish. I believe that we are reimagining what could be done for patients. Image, and you see that there are a lot of different freezers.
This is sci-fi in your lab happening. Welcome to The Dish, where we invite entrepreneurs to share their insights into the next generation of biotech companies. I'm Johannes, founder and chairman at Lab Central and CEO of Biolabs. After more than a decade of working with entrepreneurs and supporting more than 1,200 startups, I'm here to bring you stories from our ecosystem. Are you ready to dish? Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Dish. Today we're excited to be joined by Parastoo Khoshakhlagh, the co-founder and CEO of GC Therapeutics. She's also the co-founder of Tympanogen, where you launched your research into space to study how your advanced biomaterials behave in microgravity. Before that, Parastoo worked on her PhD at Tulane, where she helped develop a nerve-on-a-chip technology for brain tissue simulation, currently used at Axosim. Now, as co-founder of GC Therapeutics, she's once again in the founder's seat, leading a $75 million launch to develop off-the-shelf cell therapies, built on a SynBio platform in gene editing and machine learning, and even cells donated by George Church himself. Parastoo, before we get started, we asked you to bring an orange object because we like orange at Lab Central. What did you bring us?
Yeah, absolutely. I brought Julie, who is an orange-suited astronaut from NASA. And it actually symbolizes, as you mentioned, one of my own journeys that me and my female co-founder sent a product up to the space station. And that's why I want to make sure that we don't forget about STEM. I really believe that we should put a lot of more focus and emphasis, especially for female students, to ensure that they're not scared of STEM. And at the same time, I really wanted to say that when we have bold female leaders, even the sky isn't the limit. So that was basically why I brought Julie with me.
That's cute. So you've had an amazing career already, right? Launching stuff into space, it's amazing. Let's unwrap that a little bit. How did you come here? Where did you grow up? How did you start? What brought you to the US?
Yeah, so what brought me to the US was really because I really wanted to become a professor, and I wanted to go to the best schools and to get the best training, because I always thought that my parents were educators, so I thought that, I definitely want to be a professor, and that's like the path forward. I honestly never envisioned any other path forward. That was like the way that I thought, this is my unique trajectory that I'm never going to switch from. So then I had the opportunity to come to the United States and actually explore this part of my personality that I did not know it exists. And that's why I really am thankful for the infrastructure that we have here in the United States that provides us with this unique opportunity to really pursue our passion and be provided by all of these, great environments and great opportunities and phenomenal people and mentors who are along the way. They're always there to hold your hands and move everything forward alongside you. So I started as a material engineer, basically like doing very much nothing related to human in a way. It was more very dry engineering field that I was in. And I had a loss in early 20s. I lost my dad, and then my cousin was also diagnosed with a progressive form of multiple sclerosis. As you can imagine, the pain that I went through and that dark moment of helplessness that I was in, that was when it became crystal clear for me that I want to make an impact, and I do want to make sure that I do something that matters and will change lives and will actually help people alleviate the pain that they may go through. So I really believe that what I wanted to do from the beginning, when I found that about myself and when I found my purpose, was to really change this feeling of helplessness into a solution through biotech.
That's amazing.
And honestly, for that reason, I believe that we are reimagining what could be done for patients And that's why when people ask me about my professional journey, it's really like I always have to take a pause and think about it.
Now, with your work at GC Therapeutics, you continue that mission, right? Can you describe what you do there?
Absolutely. So what we do at GC is that we have been able to find what we consider the most comprehensive way of looking at cell therapy differentiation when it comes from iPSC stem cells. So we can differentiate iPSCs into any target cell type in a 4-day process. In contrast to other technologies, as you know, they can take weeks to months. And with really high efficiency, it can be as high as 99% efficiency. And this is, again, in contrast to 4 or 5% efficiency that other technologies can offer. And why is this important? Going back to reimagining the pain points and then trying to find solutions for the pain, we really identified that the field has been having problems when it comes to manufacturing. So we knew that there are different companies that they do cell therapies, and they're doing a phenomenal job really providing options and solutions to patients. And then what we realized was that the problem is remaining to be the manufacturing process and scalability. And for that reason, the cost is significantly high. So what we did was really focus on what we consider to be the way for us to make cell therapies accessible. I actually put this in ChatGPT. Can you draw an image of what we are envisioning at GC Therapeutics? It gave me something that everybody who looks at it asks me, is that a 7-Eleven for cell therapy?
It's a store.
It's a store. So, and there are a lot of physicians that are walking around in that image, and you see that there are a lot of different freezers. Exactly, different freezers, different tissues, and different cell bags. And they should be able to just pull it off the shelf and give it to patients. So that really reduces the timeline, reduces the problem with affordability, and also seriously reduces the accessibility problem that the field has been going through for years. And that's why we're really excited about it.
You're clearly driven by this sense of urgency, and you're using all kinds of modern technology to accelerate making your cells and therapies available for patients. Can you describe how you're integrating technology?
Absolutely. I want to start with synthetic biology, actually, because the mere fact that we can go into the cell and engineer it and have it and dictate to the cell, now I want you to become a different cell type, is mind-blowing.
Yeah, it is.
Now imagine what we can do with all of the information that we are collecting when it comes to utilizing AI and machine learning. AI and machine learning hasn't been a novelty for us, so we have been using it in the past as well. But really, just to put it in perspective, what can be done and what we have been able to achieve has been the foundational models that we've been able to actually build and are refining now, that they allow us to think about this whole process of cell differentiation holistically. And also, let's just talk about what a cell means. So a cell is basically one of the building blocks of life. And genetics, in my opinion, is the language of life. So if we want to think about every gene is basically a word as a part of this whole transcriptome, which is the whole sentence. And that transcriptome is what is the genetic word that this cell lives in. And that is basically this whole sentence that or the whole paragraph that we are trying to build. Think about it two ways. One is that we are now saying that, okay, if you have, we change the expression level of these genes that are the words of this big sentence or this paragraph. If I change the expression levels, can you tell me what the transcriptome is going to look like, which is the full sentence?
How is it going to disturb the whole setup?
Exactly. Yeah. And how is it going to define the cell fate at the end? And also the opposite way. If I give you the whole transcriptome, which is the whole sentence, can you tell me what are the keywords? And can you tell me what are the key genes that I can actually extract and then utilize to be able to make that cell in the future? So that's, I think, the beauty of what we have. And we definitely have, internally, we have more than 1 million cell transcriptome that we've been utilizing to inform our models. And also there are a lot of cell atlases out there that are also used to be able to inform it, because we really believe that data is what is that matters for AI, and we do have, and we are sitting on gold when it comes to that level of data that we have that can inform our AI models to give us really right predictions at the end.
There are people who are worried about AI replacing human judgment.
Yeah.
Is that a worry we should have?
What I believe that AI can do, especially like when it comes to our healthcare system and hospitals, it can really help the physicians to be informed and have a consensus. And that's why I hope that we are open-minded about that. We provide the right data sets to our machine learning tools to ensure that we will have the right answers, because the only thing it does is going to just make our lives easier.
What do you think is needed? So you're describing, you're working on synthetic biology, you're programming cells to do all kinds of fancy things, you're forcing their future. This is sci-fi in your lab happening. And then in the medical practice, we're still like ways behind. What do you think would it take to close that gap?
From the bottom of my heart, I hope that we are going to be all open-minded about utilizing all of the tools that we have in our hands, whether it's synthetic biology, whether it's AI, whether it is like better perspectives for regulatory bodies, whether it's better approaches for physicians and better ways for them to have better diagnostics. I think we should use all of them, because we all believe that at the end of the day, what we care about are patients. And I hope that everyone who is a little bit skeptical about the biotech community understand that from the bottom of our hearts, all that we are trying to do is to ensure that patients will have the best options in front of them. And I'm sure we share this.
Absolutely. I think we share that with all of our community.
Absolutely.
Here. Parastoo, it's been amazing to talk with you about that. Thank you for going deep and sharing your thoughts. We like to end on sort of the look back and think about your 18-year-old self. Now that you've had all this experience starting companies, leading teams, what would you advise your 18-year-old self to do differently or to emphasize in her life?
Actually, like when I was 18 years old, now that you mentioned that,
2 years ago.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, exactly. That's just 2 years ago, so not too far ago. But yeah, it was when I was 18 years old. I was quite bold, so that's why I chose to be a science and engineering major, because I thought that I want to show everybody that I can do this, and it was like such a tough area that I wanted to prove myself. But a couple of years later, when I had my loss, I really thought about many things of like those dark moments of being super, hopeless, that I will tell myself, you will grow through this hopelessness. And you will actually utilize all of those, negative energies that those days you thought that you're not going to get out of. You are going to use that to help everyone else who are around you, to ensure that they're going to have a better life. And you know what? For that reason, when I go through the challenges of startups, they're nothing for me. I actually love it.
Yeah. Thank you, Parastoo, for sharing your thoughts and your experience. It's very motivational to see your drive in this. So thanks for being part of this.
Of course, and I want to take this time to also thank you for the ecosystem that you built. We actually started from 2 benches in the open space of Lab Central, and our lab space, when we grew, was the little lab space down the stairs here, and the environment that you provided for the community. And the thoughtfulness behind it is really exemplary.
Thank you for being part of our community.
Thank you.
So thank you all for watching this episode of The Dish, and we hope you tune in next time.